Hello everyone, Jim Phillips here. Welcome to another edition of, or an episode I should say, of Java with Jim. It's a pleasure as always to be here with you, and I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video, and hopefully you've watched some of the other ones I've done as well. I want to talk about a quote, one of the quotes that's in my book, The Key to Life, Living in Full Expression. Here's a copy of the book right here, The Key to Life, Living in Full Expression. It was written, and this surprises me when I think about this, but it was published, almost 10 years ago now. And it's had such a profound impact on my life, and I would like to believe that it's had a profound impact on the lives of many other people who have purchased the book or heard some of the presentations I've given on some of the different topics contained within the book. But I want to share one of the quotes from the book and then elaborate on it a little bit, because I think it's really, really important, and I think it's important given where we are right now, not only in the United States, which is where I'm from, but just humanity in general, and just really understand what life is about. And I will also say this is my perspective. I think it is shared by a lot of people, not because it's mine, but I think we share a similar perspective. But I want to elaborate on this because I think it's important, and I think it's key to how each of us live our respective lives. The quote is, "There is no right path or wrong path. There is your path. Follow it." There's no right path. There's no wrong path. There's your path. Follow it. So why is that important? Well, it's important to note that each one of us, each 8+ billion of us on this planet, have our own path. It's not about following somebody else. It's not about doing what somebody else says we should do. It's not about doing what somebody else has done because their life has turned out a certain way, and we believe that if we do those same things, each of us gets to make the choices we want to make within our own lives. Now, I will also say that a significant impact, influence on our respective life's path or path is where we're born. Not only the place where we're born, the country where we're born, the culture into which we are born, the times into which we are born, the family into which we were born. That certainly will influence the life path that we're on. But it doesn't make one better than another. It just makes it unique to that particular soul who has embarked upon that life's journey. And I hear people all the time talk about how they're fearful of making a wrong decision. They're fearful of going down the wrong path. Now, what I find interesting about that, and I'm just going to deviate for a second, is that when people will say, I just started on my spiritual path. I just started on a new path. Well, your life is your path. That is the path. There isn't this path to the left or the right. There isn't a path straight forward. It's your life is your path. If you happen to make a decision to embark upon something different than what you've done before, that doesn't make that a different path than your life path. It just makes that particular decision that you've made about going in a certain direction, and by direction I mean embarking upon maybe getting into spirituality, getting into some other area of life, even getting married, even having a relationship. You could say that's a new path in life, but it's not. It's all part of the path that you're on in this particular incarnation. So we've got to be careful that we're not looking at what everybody else is doing to determine what it is that we do. No question it's going to influence it. We will see what other people are doing, decisions they made, good or bad, and those are judgments in and of themselves. We determine whether or not something's good or whether something's bad. And the interesting thing about that is that once something that is good for one person could be bad for another, and vice versa. So it doesn't make anything right or wrong, good or bad. It just depends upon the perspective, it depends upon the circumstances, and it depends upon the interactions or who all's involved in whatever the situation might be. It depends on the situation, I guess, is a better way to put that. But your path is your path. and you are the one that's making all of the decisions in terms of how that path is going to unfold. Again, it is influenced by other people, it is influenced by circumstances, it is influenced by the beliefs that we hold, and whether or not we believe we're worthy of certain things in life. But I'm here to tell you, you are worthy of absolutely everything life has to offer. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. What would be the purpose? What would be the purpose of you or anybody else being here if you weren't here with the opportunity to fully accept, fully receive, fully embrace, fully benefit from everything that life had to offer? Now, we can look at different people's lives, and again, this is going to be a judgment. We can say it's good or bad based on beliefs that we hold, based on what society has said a good life should look like, or based on what society says a bad life looks like. We can talk about somebody who may have some addiction, like a drug addiction or something like that, and we can say that their life has been wasted. We can say that that's not a good life path that they're on. But the truth of the matter is, none of us know why that particular soul incarnated in that body at that time, under the circumstances under which they incarnated, or what it is they're trying to accomplish during this lifetime. They chose this lifetime, they chose the circumstances, they chose everything about this life because it gave them the greatest opportunity possible to fulfill that soul's desires, that soul's purpose in this lifetime. And we look at it from the outside of that particular soul's perspective, and we make determinations on whether or not it's good or bad, and we don't know. Just as any other person, any other soul, if you will, looking at my life, looking at anyone else's life, we have no idea what that soul's intentions were. We don't know what they're here for. We don't know what they've experienced to the point at which we have been introduced to them, and we now interact with them. We have no clue. And even if we do have an idea of what they've been through, it's still going to be based on our interpretation of it. Again, we don't know everything that's happened within that soul's lifetime. And I've spoken about previous lives before, and it does have a certain influence. So maybe there was something that happened in a previous life that has given them the opportunity to do something in this current life that would help them counter that. And again, I'm not talking about karma as a punishment system, but just maybe within that soul they wanted to have a different experience of whatever it is they experienced before, and this is that opportunity for it. But again, we're each here living our own lives in the way that we feel we can best live it. We make decisions, choices, we hold beliefs, all of that becomes a part of the way our life unfolds. But I think the most important thing is, your life is your life. You are the ultimate authority in your life. You get to choose what you do and what you don't do, what you experience, what you create, what you decide not to do, all of that. It's within your power to do so. So I suggest that you really, if you can, just fully embrace that, understand that you are the authority. You are the one making the ultimate decisions in how your life unfolds. This isn't to say you're not going to have challenging opportunities show up, because you will. But I'll also say, and maybe this is a topic for another Java with Jim episode, that the biggest challenges that we face in life, we place in front of ourselves for the experience of overcoming it. It's an opportunity for us to demonstrate to ourselves how truly powerful we are, so that as the next challenging opportunity comes along, we're prepared for it. We have that greater sense of how powerful we are. We move through it with more confidence, more trust in ourselves. So just to repeat the quote, there is no right path or wrong path, there's your path, follow it. And I assure you that if you do that, your life is going to unfold in the most magnificent way possible. Your soul is going to gain from this life everything it intended to gain, and you'll continue to expand in your knowing and understanding of what this is all about. I appreciate you. I thank you for the time invested in watching these Java with Jim videos. If you have questions on what I just shared with you now, please leave a message in the comment section or question in the comment section, or you can go to my website, livinginfullexpression.com. There you can leave comments if you want. This video will probably be posted on there at some point in time. I have a YouTube channel, you can go there. But let's continue this conversation. Let's have an ongoing dialogue about why we're here, what it's all about, what we can create, how we can benefit one another, and in doing so benefit the whole of humanity. Again, I appreciate you. I'm grateful for your interest. I'm grateful for your time. I look forward to the next conversation we have. Thanks so much. Until next time, take care and be well. Bye now.